Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a full face holiday makeup. I'm using all affordable and cruelty-free products. So this is going to be a full face tutorial. It might be a little bit longer than usual. So grab your makeup, grab a snack, grab a drink. I've got my lunch here that I'm going to be drinking throughout this video. So I'm sorry, but I'm like, don't have time to cook. So I just made a really quick smoothie. It's really, really good. It's got bananas, frozen bananas and strawberries, chia seeds, a couple of dates, and some cashew milk, and it is really good. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the Wet n Wild Coverall Face Primer. I actually haven't used this in a really long time. You guys know my favorite primer is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. It is literally the best primer I've ever tried. I've tried so many drugstore primers, you guys, and I'm just not a fan of drugstore primers. There's a couple that I like. This one is okay. It's very thick and creamy, and I would say this is my favorite drugstore one if you have dry skin, because it's really smoothing and it's not like drying or mattifying. It just gives you a nice clean smooth surface to work with. So for foundation today, I'm using the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the shade Porcelain. You really need to give this a really good shake because this is a very liquid consistency and it does tend to separate in the bottle, so make sure to shake this very well. I actually just purchased a backup. I have a huge, oh my gosh, you guys, let me know if you want to see a huge Black Friday, Cyber Monday haul, because I have a whole bunch of things coming in the mail. It's a little bit ridiculous. I'm just going to go ahead and drop this on my face and blend it in with my beauty sponge. And even this beauty sponge is super affordable. It's $1.55 from shopmissy.com. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick in Conceal. And mine's really nasty. I do apologize. It looks pretty gnarly, but it's because I use it so much. And this is in the shade Nude for Thought. And I just like to go a little bit underneath my eyes. And this has a nice little peachy tone to it. Alright, the next concealer I'm going to use is something new I've been using as of recently. I know everyone raved about this when it first came out, so I picked this up at Ulta on a whim. It's the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, full coverage, and I'm in the shade C1. The only thing I don't like about this concealer is that I believe there's fragrance in it because it has a very strong scent. I'm not the biggest fan of the scent of this concealer, but it is very nice, very creamy. So we're just gonna brighten things up a little bit more. And for eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use the Jordana Made to Last Pencil in Continuous Almond. You guys know I've been using this for forever. Alright, let's go ahead and set everything. I'm using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Setting Powder, and I'm in the lightest shade, which is 205. I pulled this out of my collection recently, and I wanted to try to finish this up. And it's just a really nice, good quality powder. I'm actually going to take my sponge and just kind of go back and forth into the powder so I can set underneath my eyes, just very lightly. I'm just going to take a powder brush, dip into that, and set the rest of my face because I don't want anything moving around. Alright, we are set and ready to go. I'm gonna go quickly off camera and do my brows really quickly. You've seen me do them 1,000 times, but my favorite drugstore brow products, or just my favorite products right now, happen to be from the drugstore. This is the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. And then of course you guys know my Milani clear brow gel. The brow shaping gel is my favorite. Holy grail for me, so I will be right back. All right, let's go ahead and start with this eye look. I'm using the Belle Jorden eyeshadow palette. Here she is in all her glory. I will have a quick little review towards the end of this video, so if you want to check that out, definitely check that out with some swatches and my thoughts on this palette. I wanted to do a tutorial with the palette and also do like a review, so it's like 2 videos in one. But look how pretty. Oh, she's gorgeous. So I think I'm going to start with the shade Pops first. Now this does have some glitter in it, but it's not anything crazy. So I'm just going to pick a little bit of this color up. And actually this does look pretty matte in the crease. And as you can see, this is very, very pigmented. Very warm, kind of orangey brown color, which I think is so pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look how pigmented. And you definitely want to tap your brush off with these shadows because they are pigmented and they are a bit powdery. Now we're going for a very grungy, blown out look because that is the type of looks that Belle Jorden usually does. So my look may not be exactly like hers, but you guys know I love a really blown out, not necessarily super messy, but more of a clean, grungy look, so to speak. So for the eyelid, we're actually going to go a little bit darker, and I'm going to take the shade Queen, which is this really deep burgundy color with lots of gold glitter. I'm going to pick this up on the eyeshadow C brush from e.l.f. And I'm just going to pack this on the lid. Look at that pigmentation. Holy moly. So I know it looks really messy, but don't worry, we're going to blend that out. So I'm going to take a really soft, fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to pick up this shade. And this is one of my favorites in the palette. It's called Hot Sauce. So I'm going to take a little bit of hot sauce on a clean blending brush, just a tiny bit on the end. And we're just going to take that right along where we applied the lid shade and the crease shade, and we're just going to make a nice little blend there. And now at this point we can go back in with Pops. I'm taking just a tiny bit on that same blending brush, and we're going to bring Pops right back in. Alright, so let's work on the lower lash line. I'm going to start off with Pops. Again, we're just going to apply the same colors and layer them up. I'm going to go back in with that blending brush and just kind of go along the edge here a little bit more. And you don't have to go as far out as I'm going, but this is a very grungy, blown out look, so that's what we're doing. I'm going to go with the same brush and just kind of tap off, wipe it off a little bit. And I'm going to dip into the Hot Sauce shade, and we're just going to do the same thing. I'm just kind of pressing it on first and then blending. I really like it a lot. Going back in and just doing some extra blending. So for the waterline, we definitely need to add some black. With doing a really dark grungy eye like this, I feel like black is the best option, or a dark brown. I'm using the Essence Gel Pencil, and this is in the shade Black Blaze. Taking a flat liner brush, and I'm going to dip into Queen, the same color we put on the lid. And I'm going to go along the lower lash line, to really darken that up right where that black is in the waterline. And if you wanted to go a little step further, you could take a little bit of the shade 13, which is a really deep plum purple. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that in as well. And I'm going to go right underneath there. And because I like this color so much, I think I'm going to actually put a little bit of this on the eyelid. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on top. Ooh, I like that. And I'm staying pretty close to the lash line. I'm gonna flip my brush over and go back into Queen and just kind of layer that over top of the purple as well. And then we're gonna go back into that same little blending brush. And I'm just gonna go along the edges here. And take a little bit of that white shade, Starlight. And you can just take any shadow really, white or a cream color, just to go along the edge, just to kind of soften it a little. And that just can kind of help blend that into the skin a little bit better, make it a little bit more smoky. I think I'm gonna go for AF, which is this golden shade right here. Now, because this is a very flaky, chunky glitter color, I'm gonna spray it with my Hard Candy setting spray, and I'm gonna pop that on the inner corner. Alright, and of course we have to do some liner. I'm using the e.l.f. Precision liquid liner. I haven't used this in forever, and it's a $3 liner, you guys. Now, the only difference between this one and the next one is this one definitely has more of that silky, like shiny type of finish. It's not too shiny. Alright, so while that liner dries, let's finish off the face really quickly. I'm gonna just kind of speed through this. For bronzer day, I'm using the e.l.f. Prime Infused Bronzer in Forever Sunkissed. You guys know I'm raved about these primer infused blush and bronzers from e.l.f. They are amazing. Kind of contour a little bit with it as well, although it's not really for contouring. I just like to warm up my skin a little bit with this product, and it's just a really nice color. And for blush, I'm gonna use the primer infused blush from e.l.f. I just love this color. I ordered 2 more shades from this line because I'm obsessed. This is called Always Rosy, and it's just a nice rosy color. And we're not gonna put on too much because we got a lot going on with the eyes. Kind of dip into this, and this just gives a nice soft flush to the cheeks. Nothing crazy. I like to go along the nose. And for highlighter, one of my favorite drugstore highlighters right now is from Milani. And these are called the Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder. So now is the point where I like to set my makeup. Otherwise, it just screws up my lashes and mascara. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm cursed. But one of my favorite drugstore setting sprays is the one from Hard Candy. It's the Longwear Sure Envy Setting Spray. So let's just give her a spray. Alright, let's finish off the eyes. I'm going to apply some mascara and my 2 favorite affordable mascaras right now. I love, you guys, I love this so much. I need to buy a backup. This is the Lash Warrior Mascara from Flower Beauty. Love this. It has a really cool looking wand and the formula is fantastic. Alright, so here's the eye look without false lashes. So totally optional, you guys. You don't ever have to wear false lashes if you don't want to, but I just feel naked without them. And especially with doing a look like this, I have to have my lashes. So I'm just going to pop some of these number 11s from Kiss. You guys know these are my favorite. And I'll be right back. Alright, so I did pop on some lashes. Don't worry, I'll give you guys an up-close look once we are done. And we are almost done. So I'm going to finish this off with a liquid to matte lipstick. This one is from Wet n Wild and it is called Toffee Talk. I would definitely recommend also from Wet n Wild if you do own these shades. This would look so nice with this really grungy eye look. I have the shade Goth Topic and Don't Be a Plum Plum. Very dark vampy kind of burgundy wine shades, but I'm really in the mood for this. This is like a taupe mauve gray. Alright guys, so here is the completed look using all affordable, mostly drugstore products, budget friendly, very holiday grungy, maybe even a little goth, kind of goth glam. I really love how this turned out. This palette is really nice. It's super budget friendly. It's only 15 bucks and you get a lot of product and a lot of colors as well. So now moving on to the review part of this video, I'm just going to give you guys a brief review of the palette, and also I did purchase the lip gloss set. So this palette retails for $15. It is cruelty free and it does include 16 shades, and you get 1.30 grams of product per eyeshadow. So this eyeshadow palette comes with its own matching sleeve, and I really love the packaging. It's just a cardboard packaging, really nice, thick, and it's really heavy as well. It doesn't feel really cheap or flimsy at all. It is a cardboard material and it does have a magnetic closure, so just snap shut just like that. I also love that this palette includes a full-size mirror. It's a very huge mirror. It's really good quality. I think this palette would be perfect for traveling. I can definitely see myself taking this with me. Another thing I really like about this eyeshadow palette is that you can remove all of the eyeshadows. They are magnetic, so you can put them in like a Z palette. I haven't tried that yet, but I really love that there's these little cutouts you can see around each shadow, so it makes it really easy for removal. You just simply lift it out, comes out of the pan, super easy, just like that. And it is filled to the top, so you get a nice amount of product per eyeshadow. Now there is nothing on the back, as you can see. It's just completely blank. So you could possibly, I'm thinking of actually taking a permanent marker and writing the numbers, because if you look at the back of the palette, each eyeshadow has a number, and even though each shadow has its own name on the front of the palette, on the back it does have numbers printed, so you have a picture of what the palette looks like if you do remove the eyeshadow, so I do appreciate that. So in this palette there are 7 completely matte eyeshadows, and the rest have more of like a satin finish. There's a couple of glitter, like for instance Glow Baby and AF. Those are both very kind of shimmery, glittery. I wouldn't say they're metallic, but they definitely pack a punch. So my thoughts on this palette, I think it's really great for the price. 15 bucks. It's a really, I mean, the artwork is beautiful on the front. It just says Belle Jorden, beautiful gold lettering, and it is raised, so you can kind of like feel it. I mean, the layout is beautiful. I think the colors make sense. This is a warm, grungy palette. Belle Jorden does a lot of like really intense, smoky, you know, warm eye looks, and this is definitely a warm palette, so if you're into those type of shades or colors, this is definitely a perfect palette for you. I will say that AF and Magic are very, very crumbly and flaky. I'm not the biggest fan of that formula of those two shadows. The rest of the shades I really, really love. This orange one called Sagittarius, love. I love Miami. I love 13, this dark matte plum purple, oh my goodness. And I really love Hot Sauce. I think Hot Sauce is one of my favorite shades in here. It's just that nice deep matte maroon, a little brown, a little red. In terms of comparing this to like some other Makeup Revolution products, because Obsession is just kind of an extension of Makeup Revolution, I do have some of their other palettes here. And overall, I feel like this formula is a little bit different. It's the mattes are really nice and smooth and creamy, although there is some kickback in the palette. Unlike the Emily Noel The Once palette that I have right here, the mattes in here are pressed really firmly into the pans, and so I feel like the formulation is different between the two palettes. Overall, I give it a thumbs up. I think it's a really great palette to have. Super budget friendly. I love that you can remove the eyeshadows. I love the mirror. I love the packaging. I love the colors in here. I actually don't have a palette like this with these exact shades, so to me it's kind of, I mean, it's not life-changing or like super unique, but I really like it. So I love the eyeshadow palette. I give it a thumbs up. I'll be sure to link both of these actually below in the description box if you guys want to check it out. Alright, so let's move on to the lip gloss set. So this retails for $9 US. This is cruelty free and vegan as well. This contains 2 liquid to matte lipsticks and 1 lip gloss. The lip gloss is my favorite out of the 3. It's a nice consistency. It's not super pigmented. It's a soft kind of peachy nude color. These do not have a scent. If anything, they kind of smell a little bit like chemicals. The first shade we have is Wishes, and this is a soft kind of beigey mauve nude color. And then the last shade here is Ever After, and this is more of a kind of a peachy brown nude. I will say that these are all very pale. I do not think these are going to look good on deeper skin tones, so I'm a little disappointed in the colors because if you hold them up side by side, they look all the same. The formula of the liquid lipsticks is really bad, you guys. When you first apply it, it's really creamy, and as it dries down, it gets extremely sticky in an uncomfortable way. After it dries down completely, I still find that there's some stickiness in the inner corner of my mouth. These will emphasize any dryness, any cracks in your lips, and they actually make your lips look even drier than what they are. I find that these are very uncomfortable. They don't last very long. I just do not like this formula. This is probably one of the worst liquid lipstick formulas I've tried in quite some time. I would recommend this. Wouldn't recommend the lip gloss set, but I just thought I would get it just to support Belle Jorden because I think she's fabulous and her channel is cruelty free and I wanted to support her. So yeah, those are just my thoughts on both of these products. I'll be sure to list them both below though if you guys want to go and check them out and purchase them for yourself. Alright you guys, so that is everything that completes this full face glam budget friendly tutorial for the holiday season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and also a quick little review on the Belle Jorden collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up so I know you enjoyed. And of course, if you are new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I post every week on Tuesday, Friday, and sometimes on Sunday. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. All my social media links will be on the screen and also below. I love you guys so much. Happy holidays. I can't believe Christmas is almost here. So I will see you all in the next video, guys. Remember, smarter beauty is better beauty. Bye.